Alright guys, gals, friends, family, Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft back with you with another super exciting video. Today's video is the recap on Alone Season 9. This is episode 8, friends, and the title of this episode is Gut Feeling. And you know they always open up the show with a quote, and we got a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. Quote, "Never to suffer would never to have been blessed," unquote. All right, friends, here we go. It's day 42 now. Episode 8, Gut Feeling. Day 42, the show starts out with Carrie Lee. She's 57 from Sandpoint, Idaho. She's making fruit leather and she's got her teeth nice and purple and dark. So she's making some toothpaste and she brushes her teeth, and I'll be doggone, man, her teeth look a lot whiter. Good job on Carrie Lee with that toothpaste. And if she goes down, she's making a bow fishing setup. She wants to hunt some muskrats. She sees a muskrat down on the river after she makes this nice reel with some cordage, ties it to an arrow, and she sees a muskrat on day 42, but she doesn't get that shot off, friends. All right, day 43, the show moves on to Tom. Tom is 35 years old from Earlysville, Virginia, and he's not getting any sleep, friends. Very bad back from that fall that he had previously. So he warms up some tea on day 43 and heads down to hunt beaver. Trying to push through, friends. He's trying to push on. His back is not doing good. We see him fall again, friends. This time he bangs his back up and his knee. And he says his heart is and mind is in it, but his body is done. We see Tom, 35 years old from Earlysville, Virginia. He taps out, friend. Bad back, bad knee. All right, we're down to 5 people now, day 43, and the show moves back to Carrie Lee. She's working on a song. She's a little bit embarrassed to sing it for us, friends, but she sings that song, and it's really cool. I like it. Good on Carrie Lee, and she's back down to the river to hunt that muskrat. And I'll be doggone if a muskrat doesn't come up on the bank. She gets a shot off. As she did, she has to go down and fight that muskrat. Oh, and she said, "Oh my God, don't bite me, don't bite me." She pulls her knife out, and I guess we can hear her stab that muskrat. And later that afternoon, that evening, after fighting that muskrat, we see her eating muskrat, and it starts to snow for the first time, friends, on day 43. All right. Still day 43, and the show moves to Adam, 36 years old from Fayetteville, Arkansas. And this guy, he's making a Halloween costume. It's a grouse costume, friends. You guys remember he brought that tarp for one of his 10 items. He makes this cone beak, feathers in the hat, really cool grouse costume, and then told you about that first snow. It's starting to get cold. It's been cold the last couple nights. So we see Adam fortify that shelter. Fortifies the windows. He frames in the window and makes a nice solid window so he can block out the window and the door at night. All right, friends. Now the show moves to Jessie, 49 years old from Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Excuse me. And her stomach is not doing good. She's finishing up Hodgepodge Lodge, chinking the cracks with moss. Jessie's lost 45 pounds. She goes out to check the snares, nothing. And we see her just complaining about that upset stomach. Okay, friends. Still day 43, and the show moves over to Temujin, 31 years old from Montreal, Canada. He makes a rungu, R-U-N-G-U, wooden throwing stick and gets a squirrel, friends. Later on, he gets a grouse with the bow, and we see Temujin. He's like this, friends. He's flying high. Okay, day 43, the show moves over to Juan Pablo, 30 years old, from Manitoba, Canada, building a longer pier. He's noticing that the fish are moving out to deeper water. It's starting to get cold, and that's what the fish do, friends. They move out to deeper water because the water's warmer. All right, we see him extend that pier, and we see him catch 2 or 3, maybe 4. They don't really show us. He catches a few small brook trout off of that pier extension. So good on Juan Pablo. But hold on, later that night, we see him cook up that pot of fish, and his stomach's not having any part of it, friends. Stomach's not doing good for Juan Pablo either. Okay, now the show moves back to Adam, and this crazy loon Adam, he's got a very super cool trick-or-treat skit with himself coming up to Moss House, and he offers the trick-or-treater some berries. It's an awesome skit, friends. You got to check it out. All right, day 44 now, and the show moves over to Carrie Lee, and we see Carrie Lee's Halloween skit, and she's dressed up as Muskrat Susie, paying homage to her animal that she caught. Really cool skit on Susie, day 44. All right, now day 44, and the show moves over to Temujin, and we find out that participants were given some diamond willow fungus to use for smudging. Something that I would not partake, but he does. He talks to his ancestors, talks to his grandfather, uses that fungus to smudge and suck up some of that smoke in his lodge there, friends. All right, friends, again, that's something I wouldn't do, but they show it. Day 44, friends. Now Jessie, back to Jessie, and we see she's really not doing good with that stomach. She's trying to eat charcoal. She's mixing up a little charcoal slurry, friends, doing nothing but burping, and she starts throwing up, friends. All right, day 45 now, and the show goes back to Adam. He tells us he's getting very, very lonely, and his strategy is just to stay busy, friends. So he decides to go out and explore some uncharted territory on his plot of land, friends. He finds a whole nother stream with a whole bunch of possibilities, new possibilities for him, friends. And I'll be darned if he doesn't shoot a white snowshoe hare, friends. Big old white rabbit. And we see him eat that rabbit for dinner, so good on Adam. All right, friends, day 45 now. We're down to 5 people, and the show goes back to Jessie. Really bad stomach. She's eating more charcoal. About 10 o'clock that night, we see her throwing up, and then she wakes up in the middle of the night very, very sick. She makes it through the night, friends. We're on to day 46 now, and Jessie, this is the first time I've seen this, she fails to confirm her med check. And when that happens, friends, the medics are automatically dispatched, and they come pick her up. They do the assessment, and you know what happens, friends. Jessie gets pulled. The show ends right there. It's getting super exciting. We got 4 people left now, friends. We got Temujin, we got Adam, we got Carrie Lee, and I need you guys to let me know who you think is going to win this show, friends. Alright, but before you leave the channel, please hit that subscribe button, smash that bell icon, and in that drop down menu, do select all, friends. Give the video a like, and please, 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 leave me your comment. I need you guys to let me know, who do you think's gonna win this thing? Alright, friends, as always, God is good, God is great. I'll see y'all on the next video, because you already got a date.